I have a really cool work from home opportunity that you're going to love. And guess what? The Pinterest jobs are back. Hey everyone, it's me, Jazzy Mac, and I am so excited because a lot of you have been so freaking sad that you missed out on the Pinterest opportunity, the work from home job when I first posted it a couple of weeks ago. But some of the roles are back, which means that they are still hiring. They're still expanding. So of course, we're going to talk about the salary. We're also going to do the resume demonstration. And yes, those resumes are going to be down below in the description box. So let's hop right into these opportunities. Okay, so as we mentioned, we've got a couple of different opportunities with Pinterest. Now, I've done videos on Pinterest before, and Pinterest is a cool company. Not only do they pay really, really well, but they've got really cool offices. They've got really cool benefits. Like just working at Pinterest it's like a dream job for a lot of people. Like, just all the benefits they have and like just having like catered meals in the offices, if you choose to go into the office. It's just like really great. Like Pinterest is just like, it's an it place to work. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at our first opportunity. So a lot of you missed out on this. A lot of you were like, man, they fill the role and blah, blah, blah. So here it is again, the integrity analyst role. Now, all of you have in some way, shape, or form been an integrity analyst, right? So the way they basically talk about the integrity analyst is it says, the trust and safety team is dedicated to ensuring that all pinners have a safe experience on Pinterest. And this includes tackling adversarial problems and detecting policy violating content and ensuring Pinterest is legally compliant. So they're looking for an analyst to analyze data and minimize abuse on the platform. So examples of abuse could be anywhere from somebody is pinning, maybe sexually explicit stuff, or maybe they're pinning, content that is based around like hate crimes or, just like some sort of political speech that is just like really offensive. It could also be like you're pinning stuff that could be, considered like, I don't know, like offensive to kids or, offensive to someone of a certain race or something like that. And so your job, what they're saying you're going to essentially be responsible for is protecting users from bad actors. It could also be like there's a lot of like bots on like different social media platforms. These bots that'll just leave like random comments and sometimes it'll be like, hey, click this link for fast money or something like that. And it's like somebody trying to get you to like leave your bank account information and like, hack you and stuff. So they're saying you're going to analyze new abuse trends and detect bad content or behavior on our platform. So you're basically just going to be checking to see that people are following the Pinterest rules and that they're, posting like content that is reasonable, it's safe, it doesn't threaten anyone, it's not about violence, that sort of stuff. And you'll also partner with project managers, engineers, and people in the policy team to execute strategies for combating abuse on Pinterest. So again, this isn't something that you have to be like super like well versed in. All of us use social media, so we kind of all know what it is to like report comments or flag comments or like, report a page or something like that if it has like violence on it, things of that nature. But yeah, if you've like, worked in any type of let's say security roles, maybe you've worked in cybersecurity, maybe you've worked in, data analytics, even if you've worked as like, a YMCA youth counselor where your job was to make sure that kids were not being abused or that kids were being protected. All of that, again, is just, it's relevant experience. So they want you to have 2 years of working experience, some sort of technical background. Again, even if you've worked in customer service, call centers, you worked as a teacher's assistant, all of that counts. And SQL, again, if you don't have that experience, take a Udemy course on it, okay? And at least familiarize yourself with what SQL is used for. All right. And good communication skills, right? So the last time we checked this job went into the 6-figure range. I'll go back and look at my previous video, or in fact, I'm going to look at it right now and let you all know how much this particular role paid. So it looked like this role paid somewhere around $76,000 to the $126,000 range, based on what I saw on Glassdoor. So this is a very high-paying role, especially with them not requiring that you have like this extensive background or anything like that. So again, we will do the resume breakdown. So let's go ahead and look at that right now. I've done this in previous videos, but I'm just going to do it super quickly for this video as well. So again, never lie about your experience or your skill set, because you can be banned or rejected from jobs. But if you were interested in this role, maybe you're an analyst, you've got experience in customer service, operations, and you're excited to join Pinterest and contribute to the trust and safety team. Our red words are hot words, which means these are words that were found in the job description that we want to call out. So maybe you worked as a cyber analyst in somebody's customer service department, and you investigated abuse alerts, or you use SQL to identify abuse trends and escalate things that had bad content related to them. And we may be partnered with these teams to provide training to other business units, right? So those are just some of the things that you'll want to call out. Again, if you've got experience in SQL, or you've at least took some sort of training on it, took a Udemy course on it, that's definitely something that you could call out, because it goes along with the whole statistical modeling thing that they mentioned. Or maybe you've got training in Tableau, and, you know, that's something that you're well versed in as well. So let's take a look at our next opportunity. And this one is going to be for all of the folks that say, hey, Jazzy, can you do some project management stuff? You know, program management. So this is going to be a program analyst role. And I do want to point out that it is a part of the Global Sales Solutions team, and it is a contractor remote role. So for this role, it says, as a program analyst, you're going to improve operational processes across the sales and service organization. You're detail oriented and organized and energetic, and you solve problems, right? So you'll partner with those teams to basically support program governance, and you'll do day-to-day things like you'll do meeting follow-ups, you'll request information about projects, you'll answer questions about a project's status, things of that nature. The quantitative and qualitative program performance goals may be things that you'll have to report on. So you may ask somebody from the analytics team, you know, how are we performing? How is this project performing? Things of that nature. You're going to gather feedback and anything that relates to identifying trends and opportunities to improve processes and performance. You'll work You'll work in collaboration with other teams to come up with those creative solutions, and support with forecasting resource demand. Basically, this is working with either like the resource management team, or you might work with the service delivery team to say, okay, this is how many people we're going to need to complete this project, or this is how many scheduled billable hours we will allocate to a project. So forecasting basically is just like planning how many hours or how many man hours or team members you're going to allocate to something. And then you'll work with the sales teams, vendors, and maybe other cross-functional teams. But here we see they say, 2 years of experience with program or project management, experience with metrics, tracking metrics, any type of analytical skills, Excel, Tableau, SQL, those are things that would be nice to have. And here is the pay rate, $48 to $57 per hour. This is a contract role. But sometimes contractors get hired on permanently, if you've had really good performance. So let's look at the resume breakdown for this particular role. And again, if you want this exact resume, it's in the Ultimate Resume Kit. That's the option you'll want to pick. So you're an analyst, you've worked in some project management, you've done presentations, you're excited to join Pinterest and contribute to the sales and service team. And let's say you work at Chase Bank. You were a junior project coordinator, and now you're wanting to move into project management. So you were responsible for gathering feedback. You did support some forecasting efforts with the sales team and for vendors. You formulated and recommended changes to improve the employees' quantitative and qualitative performance at work. You see how we're highlighting these words? Like a lot of people say, I did that, but I didn't know how to say I did it, or I didn't know how to articulate that during the interview process when they talk about it. So this is just, really great ways to kind of just highlight your experience. Again, if you don't have that experience, maybe you worked as a bank teller, there are still other ways to point out that you ultimately did things like gather feedback, or that you worked with the sales team, or that you had to measure something and deliver, quantitative reports, things of that nature. So let me know how it goes, and let me know if you have any questions. Best of luck to all of you that apply for Pinterest. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope that you go out and apply for these jobs, and that you negotiate the hell out of these offers that you're going to ultimately get. This is why we talk about the salary. And ultimately, let me know how the process is. Come back and update me. Let me know if you land the interview, tell me what it was like. And of course, tell me what other types of jobs you want to see. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye.